Welcome back to the channel, NBA family. Listen to this. We're about to break down why teams should seriously be making their pitch to LeBron James. If you missed that conversation the first time around, don't worry because we've got the key clip ready for you. Hold up, we're going to play it first, then come right back and unpack everything that really stands out that we love.
If he was here, I'd say I honestly believe this is your best chance to win. You have to decide all the other things that are equally important because it's his life, right? He has to play. He has to face the scrutiny of his decision. Half people will say you should have done this or should have done that. And they'll criticize him for whatever, which is his life. So he's been through all that. What I would just say is, if it's about winning, let's talk about this team because you can win here in Philadelphia. If you want to talk about other stuff, about what's this guy like, what's that guy? By the way, he knows players, a lot of them better than I do. Their games. This is a guy that probably watches more basketball than anybody understands. Like
That's a fact.
He's not just playing, and he's probably watching the game in February that nobody's watching. So he knows, not only does he know the guys, he knows how they play.
I hate to do this, Bob, but I'm going to make the pitch for LeBron in Philadelphia now.
Oh, God.
I hate to do this because Knicks just won the championship, the whole thing. But
hold up. The reason it bothered me so much is that it started looking like LeBron James isn't approaching competition the way true all-time greats usually do. To me, it feels like the only path he believes in is one where every advantage is already lined up in his favor. And what really makes this even harder to ignore is that so much of the media seems perfectly comfortable going along with it without asking the tough questions. They'll criticize legends like Charles Barkley and plenty of other stars for never winning a championship, but somehow the standards suddenly change when the conversation turns to LeBron. Instead of holding him to the same level of accountability, they constantly defend the idea of building another super team around him. Listen to this. Even on ESPN, they're putting together detailed scenarios and PowerPoint-style breakdowns, trying to figure out the perfect situation that could help him win another title. That immediately reminded me of a major debate that happened several years ago and still gets talked about today. It was that unforgettable argument on Inside the NBA between Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal. The exchange became so heated that for a moment it honestly looked like things might turn physical. At the heart of Barkley's argument was one simple point. He believed...
Same kind of question I asked KG. LeBron James' comments were blank.
Inappropriate, whiny, all the above. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they have given him everything he wanted. They have the highest payroll in NBA history. He wanted J.R. Smith last summer. They paid him. He wanted Shumpert last summer. They bought in Kyle Korver. He's the best player in the world. Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete. He is an amazing player. But this notion, they're the defending champs. And for him to be trying to hold anything over Dan Gilbert's head, and I love all these wild punk-ass reporters on television who's afraid to call out LeBron. LeBron's a great player and a great guy. But this notion that he's got to have all the best players on his team. He's got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. He wants everybody. He don't want to compete. He want to be the favorite all the time. It just pisses me off that a guy that great don't want to compete.
His comments were what, Kenny?
Inappropriate. And
you stole his answer.
Yeah, it was inappropriate. And
you cheated off my test. That's why he's successful today.
But I'll tell you what. Everyone has his perspective. This is our perspective. But we can't understand your perspective when you are the best player in the world. We can't understand your perspective when you have two All-Stars. We just can't understand it. So it's like the guy who says, well, I got a Lamborghini, I got a Bentley and a Ferrari, but I need an everyday car, man. We can't understand that perspective, man. I'm sorry. You have three of the best cars in the world. So, and you need an everyday Chevy to get you around, a U-Haul, things around. We can't have sympathy for you. You could have that perspective, but we can give you no sympathy when you are LeBron James, the best player in the world, with all of those tools, top-heavy tools. We cannot have any sympathy. That's my understanding of it.
Jack.
His comments were inappropriate, but Chuck, don't ever say LeBron doesn't want to compete. Does he need all the good players on this team to win? Yes. It's inappropriate because I think in a professional manner he could have went upstairs. They have great history, they have some bad history, but the history was rekindled. He should have went upstairs.
But you don't think there's something wrong with even wanting more?
No, let me
like
finish.
for where
No,
you
it's
are
not.
now. You don't
It's
think
not.
that
No.
there is something fundamentally
wrong. Something fundamentally
like with
wrong.
saying that he wants more.
You played for a team that had Big Four. You forgot about that?
Big Four.
You, Akeem, Scotty.
First of all,
it doesn't matter.
That wasn't even close.
It doesn't matter.
No, it's not even close.
It doesn't matter.
We were all old men way past our prime.
It doesn't
This guy
matter.
just won the championship. He got a young Kyrie Irving and a terrific Kevin Love. And
But
now,
it takes more than that to win the
they
championship.
just won the championship. What do you mean it takes more?
Okay.
They just won the championship.
First of all, you know nothing about going back to back. I do, and Kenny do. You listen. Teams are coming at his head. They need more. They need a big shot Bob. They need a guy like Kenny Smith. They need a playmaker like LeBron said. It's only inappropriate because he went to the media. He should have went to Dan Gilbert and said, hey, I need help, boom, boom, boom. And they should have had a private conversation. But don't ever say LeBron don't want to compete.
Hey, listen, he says he need help. Listen, he's the best player in the world. He's got plenty of help. Why don't he take
He's looking at, don't you think, looking at Golden State and saying, boy, they added Kevin Durant.
But that's none of his business, Ernie.
I know, but don't you think...
You want to be the GM for every team in the league now?
I'm just saying, don't you think that provides his view of where Cleveland is and their chances
Cleveland's
of repeating?
done everything. Ernie, they got the highest payroll
Look,
in the
I'm not
league.
saying,
They don't have any tradable parts.
I'm just trying to say why
No,
LeBron might
he
be
doesn't
looking
have
at
the
that
right.
as saying,
No, Kenny, go ahead.
he says, we're not as good and they're better than
He
they were.
he doesn't have that right because what Kevin Durant did was not ordinary. That was extraordinary. That doesn't happen in our lifetime. That's the first time that's happened in basketball lifetime, where a guy who was on a team that was up 3-1 and was about to go to the NBA Finals goes to the team that beats them. That doesn't happen. So you cannot compare what Golden State has to what the world has. LeBron James, regardless, is the best player in the world, the most difficult player to guard at this stage of his career.
But he has a
we
right
cannot have any sympathy for you.
And Ernie,
we can't understand your perspective.
Let me say one thing,
That's
too.
all looking for you.
We're not saying it's right or wrong.
Let me tell you something, Ernie.
But when you announce it to the media, you are looking for.
First of all, we don't even know what's going to happen in the finals. But if LeBron James is able to beat the Golden State Warriors or the San Antonio Spurs, his legacy is going to grow through the roof. But this notion, listen, the Cleveland Cavaliers have the highest payroll in the NBA.
I'm granting you that. I understand that.
But Ernie, Ernie, this ain't like a 7-Eleven. You can just go in and buy anything. They're trying to make trades. They got lucky getting Kyle Korver. Like, Kyle Korver's a good player. They gave up Mike Dunleavy, who wasn't even playing. But this ain't like you can just say, hey, let me go get this player here, there. They got the highest payroll in the league. They paying $40, $50 million in luxury.
If they were under the cap, he might have a point. But when you're the highest paid team in the NBA,
by far,
you don't have a leg to stand on when you make that comment. Now, you could say, we need to make our young guys who are here, we need to get them ready quicker and figure out a way, because you have no movable income and movable parts because you are the highest paid team. You did everything that you could do. You spent the most.
And that's why I said he should have had that conversation with Dan Gilbert instead of going to the media.
Okay.
And that's the only problem we have with it, Shaq.
No, you're saying he don't want to compete. Do he want to have the best player? Yeah, he want to have the best player.
We all want the best players, but he's the defending NBA champion.
And
they act like they don't
players.
have a chance. They
And
have a
need
chance.
be-
He's
and
the
they need
best
better
player in the
players.
world.
That's okay, and they need better players.
So there you have it. Guys, listen to this. There's a reason so many people argue that LeBron James completely changed the direction of the NBA. Have you ever wondered why rules like the second apron and stricter roster building restrictions became such a major focus? A lot of people believe those changes were largely a response to the super team era that LeBron helped popularize. In today's NBA, it's much harder for franchises to stack multiple max-level stars together, and many fans point directly to that shift as the reason why. Hold up. When LeBron took his talents to Miami, plenty of people felt the competitive balance of the league took a huge hit. From the perspective of fans who watched it unfold in real time, that decision sparked one of the biggest controversies basketball had ever seen. The move was criticized across the league, and even those involved seemed fully aware of the backlash they were creating. What made it even more polarizing was the confidence the Miami Heat carried afterward. LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and the rest of that group projected an attitude that many fans viewed as unbeatable. That's exactly why, when they fell in the NBA Finals, so many basketball fans celebrated the upset. It's also why you've heard former players like Jeff Teague and others argue that LeBron changed the league in ways they didn't necessarily appreciate. Their point wasn't simply about winning, it was about how the pursuit of championships became centered around collecting the most star power possible. Instead of rival teams battling on equal footing, the conversation turned into an arms race over who could build the biggest super team. And here's the part that always gets people talking. After more than 2 decades in the NBA, LeBron has won 4 championships, 4 titles across an incredibly long career. Yet many of his biggest supporters still insist the debate with Michael Jordan isn't even close. Jordan spent 12 full seasons with the Chicago Bulls and captured 6 championships during that stretch. That means he finished as an NBA champion in half of those seasons, an accomplishment that remains one of the greatest resumes in sports. Meanwhile, LeBron is still playing, still chasing another ring, and speculation continues about where he could go next. Every offseason, the rumors start again about joining another contender alongside established stars. Whether it's Miami, Philadelphia, Golden State, or somewhere else entirely, the conversation always seems to revolve around pairing him with elite talent. And that's exactly why this debate refuses to disappear. If you enjoyed today's breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.